You guys, you're never gonna guess what happened. I had filmed a whole video for you on how to make your mom a Mother's Day card. That is what we're doing today. We're making our mothers a Mother's Day card. And do you know what happened? I didn't press record. I got none of it. But I did finish part of it. We haven't finished all of it yet. Thank God for that. I'll show you what it looks like. You can do this probably without me telling you how to do it, but here's what we did, okay? I'm just gonna explain it now. Let me backspace a little bit. I do not want you to keep a secret from your mom and dad. So if you need to tell your mom, and you might need to because I'm using paint and markers and scissors and paper for this, so I'm sure your mom is going to need to know that you're playing with all those things. You can tell her that you're making a Mother's Day card for her, and if you want it to be a surprise, tell her that you want it to be a surprise for her. But if you need her help making this, it's okay if your mom sees the card and then you can give it to her on Mother's Day. That's okay too. But what we're going to do is we are going to make our mothers a Mother's Day card with really pretty flowers on the front. So what I did, they're not white anymore, but I started with 2 white pieces of paper. And I put the white piece of paper that was going to be my card to the side. And I also have my watercolor paints. I spilt my water, so that's everywhere. You know, real life. So I have my watercolor paints that I used and my paintbrush. Because what I did was I took some really pretty colors that I knew my mom liked, and I watercolored my whole white piece of paper. And then I also kind of, I got some paint on my paintbrush and then kind of flicked it at my paper, which you really should ask your parents before you do. Don't do that all by yourself. Because it did get on my clothes, but it did make a really cool piece of paper. Now it's still kind of wet, so we can't cut our flowers out of this yet. So we're gonna set this aside to dry. And then on my card, what I did, I folded it in half and made sure it was even and squished down the side. And then on the front, I spread it out like this and only painted the one side that was the front of the card because I didn't want to get this side wet. So I painted it blue with purple polka dots. And then on the inside, I wrote this. It says, I love, L-O-V-E, you, Y-O-U. Love, Kristen. You all know is my name, and I really am going to give this to my mom for Mother's Day, and if I remember, I'm going to take a video and show you if she likes it or not, and if she does, she can come look at my channel to see how I made it. So obviously you are not going to put your name at the bottom. This is my name. You don't want your card to say Love Kristen because I did not give this to your mom. You are giving this to your mom, so you want your name at the bottom, so don't write that. But you are going to write I love you, love, and then write your name at the bottom, okay? So I'm going to take a picture of this. If you need to pause the video to have more time to write, do that. You don't have to move on until you're ready, okay? So just pause the video, and then when you're ready, you can start writing. This card is wet, and my paper is wet. But if you don't want to use paints, you can color your card with markers. You can color your card with crayons. And if you have real paints you would rather use, then you can use those too. But you just want to make sure that the paint is all dry before, Macy wants to come make a card. And before you move on. If you didn't want that, you could do all sorts of things on here, because what we're going to do with this paper is cut really pretty flowers out of it and then glue it to the front of our card. If you want this card to have like a sun and clouds and grass at the bottom, and then you glue your flowers on and make stems, you can do that. If you don't want to paint it at all and you just want to stick your pretty flowers on there, you can do that. If you want to paint it like I did with polka dots, you can do that. You can make a rainbow and then you can put your flowers around the rainbow. Be creative. You can do whatever you want to the front of your paper. Just make sure that when you're doing it, you don't leave it closed. You open it up like this and lay it down flat and only do this one side because if I left it like this, when I opened it, all of my paint would be on this side, and I don't want that side to get paint on it, okay? So I'm going to wait for this to dry, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to finish our cards, but also be thinking maybe something nice that you can do for your mom since we aren't making her a present in class. Maybe you can make her a coupon book that has coupons for free kisses and free hugs and maybe free laundry folding or free cleaning the room, whether that's your room or maybe the house or maybe the downstairs, or maybe free quiet time. So you go read a book for 5 minutes and your mom can have a little bit of quiet time. Those are all really nice things that you can do for her. Or if you want to say a little rosary for her, you could just do a decade of the rosary or say some prayers for her. You could give her a prayer bouquet and tell her, I'm going to say 10 Hail Marys for you and 5 Our Fathers. That would be awesome. So think of something nice you want to do for your mom, and then we're going to come back and finish this card later. Okay, we're back. My paper is dry, so we are going to go ahead and start cutting our flowers out. Now, I'm going to have us, cut 3 flowers out, and if we don't use all of them, that's okay. But each flower is going to have a big circle and a little circle. So, these don't have to be super even, but just try your best to make a circle. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draw 3 big circles and then 3 little circles. This is what my paper looks like. So my circles are not that even, but I have 3 big and 3 small. Now you have to cut those circles out. Cut out all my big circles, and I put a small circle with every big circle. So I have a small circle, a big circle, a small circle, a big circle, and a small circle, and a big circle. So I know that those are all there. These are going to be my flowers, and we want the edges, I mean, I guess you could keep them like this if you just wanted your flowers to look like that, but I was going to cut the edges so that it gets kind of ruffly, like this. So you're not cutting all the way to the middle. I'm just snipping a little bit at the end, because if I cut all the way like to the middle, it's gonna cut my flower in half. So just snip around the sides a little bit. Do you see that? And you're gonna do the same to your big circle. Edges, I did not go into the middle, I just snipped a little bit at the end, and then you kind of just want to ruffle them around, okay, because this is going to be a flower, like these are the little flower petals, and you want them to be really fun ingredient. And we'll ruffle these around too. Yeah, well, that's fine. Okay. Now, I think in one of my Jacques videos, Jacques said that we do not have glue at this house. We do not. So I had to get these brads to hook my flowers together. You probably have glue. So what you're going to do is you're going to put glue in the middle of your big circle and put your small circle on top of it and make sure it's glued together. I am going to poke like that. And then your flower is together. If you have these little gold things at home, you could do it too. But now your flower is together, and now you're going to do the other two. Okay, now I have my 3 flowers, and I'm going to put them onto my card. So you, again, are probably going to have glue. I don't know how you did the front of your card. If you have stems that you want your flowers to go onto, you can put them on the stems. I do not, so I am just going to pick 3 places on my card to put my flowers. Fluff my flowers up, and then there's my Mother's Day card. If you wanted to go in and draw some leaves or some swirlies or something on your card, you could. I think I'm just gonna leave mine like this, and then I'll try and remember to videotape it when I give it to my mom. If you guys have any questions, let me know. You can have your parents email me or send me a video if you want to. But I hope you guys do a great job making your cards, and I know they're gonna look so cute. So if you want to send me a picture of you and your mom on Mother's Day with your card, I would absolutely love it. You don't have to, but either way, make her day special.